Alright guys, I just want to share with you something else that's come up. Another little sign in the heavens and another sign in the heavens, and it also points again to September, October. You know, my previous videos I talked about Ceres coming down and birthing through Virgo, just like the Revelation 12 sign. Was the woman in the heaven, Virgo, the Virgin. Well, I seen a post, a picture shared from one of my friends on social media, Daniel Taylor. He did some great works, and he shared this thing where it had Virgo, and then it had this thing called child, and I asked him what it meant, but straight away, well, I went to Stellarium, the new Stellarium on my phone. This won't work on Stellarium, the old Stellarium, because I tried that on my laptop, which the old Stellarium I prefer, but it didn't work on the old software. And so I went to my new Stellarium software and typed in child, because this was the marker on the chart of the celestial constellation of Virgo. And amazingly enough, it comes up with a planet, star, asteroid, space rock, whatever you want to call it. Just like when I make my videos about my star Vesta, it's a star, it's an asteroid, whatever they want to call it, newly discovered, and when it makes the loops around like the Golden Gate and Aquarius, and now coming up for November, it's going to make a peak in Gemini at the beginning of November. Entering Gemini in the beginning of October, and it all means something in my life. So usually some big things happen in my life, milestones if you like. And so, but anyway, this object called child, well, right now it's in the top of Virgo. And it comes down, I believe his post was saying, you know, about the Feast of Tabernacles. Look, child, asteroids, the star, let's just call it star. The star called child is in the woman Virgo around the Feast of Trumpets, which is around mid-September. And actually the Feast of Trumpets is Rosh Hashanah, also you can call it, is Jesus' actual birthday. So 3.5 days from the sun and the moon conjuncting at the new moon. 3.5 days later, and then you see the first sliver of the moon. That's Jesus' birthday, as it is mapped out in Revelation 12, the Revelation 12 sign. Which would be 6 years. So this Feast of Trumpets, this Rosh Hashanah, mid-September will be 6 years of the man-child being So from Rosh Hashanah 2017 till Rosh Hashanah 2023 is 6 years. But here you have this also, this other thing is that this star called Child is coming down into Virgo, all right? And, you know, they were looking at it as being a conjunct thing with the Feast of Trumpets. Okay, but, you know, me... I mean, this is a whole watch period, by the way. There's no right or wrong answer to this, but just be aware that this is the season. This star called Child is coming down into the Virgin Virgo, the woman of Revelation 12, the sign in the heavens, which God says, which John's seen in Revelation. So this is not to be ignored and, oh, that's astrology, which it's not. It's astronomy, which is all through the Bible, actually. Job, Enoch, in the Old Testament, Genesis, they use the stars. So it's not to be ignored as being... I mean, God created the heavens, and do you think it's all random? Do you think there's all space rocks flying around these planets and these constellations and pictures? It's like a storyboard, man. It's like a storyboard. And like I say, I testify because Vesta goes like this and something happens. You know, so I know that it all means something. But anyway, so you got Child coming down in Virgo, and it comes to the middle of Virgo around Feast of Trumpets. But if you're looking at it from my point of view, I mean, my star Vesta and my partner Ceres, the two of us, when it came down in 2014, my star was born on the birthed through the Virgin's constellation line on the 11th, which was my birthday. I was like, whoa, I nearly fell off my chair. And then Ceres, his partner, came through and birthed through the Virgin on August the 19th. So what I'm saying is this is like the birthing line, I see it. And so, you know, going a little bit further on, is this Child star doesn't come, obviously it makes its way down. It's quite slow moving, actually. Makes its way down, and I believe it doesn't exit the constellation line, if you like, or crosses the birthing line until October then. Do you know what I mean? So well, look at it now, we're not even in August yet, and it's coming in the top of Virgo. It'll come down, so mid-September it'll be mid-Virgo, and towards mid-October it'll be coming out of Virgo. So this is just another sign. Why? Revelation 12, the woman, the crown of 12 stars, the moon under her feet, and having Jupiter. That was the sign in 2017. Jupiter, the king, came into her, impregnating her, was there for 9 months. Obama, Satan, left office. In fact, he hasn't been back yet. She gives birth in Rosh Hashanah 2017, 6 years ago. Satan's still looking for that man-child, because it says the dragon stands before the woman who was ready to be delivered to devour her child as soon as it was born. That's why Obama, Satan incarnated, has not been back. That's why the New World Order is kind of on hold, if you like, because Satan is away with the fairies, so to speak, but he's away with the angel. He still has his wings. He still had his wings in 2020 when I encountered him for 7 days and he tried to take my life away so he could start his New World Order, actually. That was one of the things. He said I had to die within the next 2 days so he could start his New World Order. I didn't die and he didn't start his New World Order. He moved it to Friday, but at that time, his time had passed, the 7 days had gone, and it was over with. And obviously, I'm still here, and he didn't start his New World Order. But Satan is still waiting for that man-child to be brought forward. So what's the difference? You got to look at the scripture. It, like, you know, I've repeated this quite a lot, but it's so important because it's the one thing we're looking for, and that's is no man in heaven or on earth or under the earth was found worthy. Why? Because he's in a manger since that birth in 2017. That was the birth sign. And he's been in a manger ever since. Barack Obama Satan has been trying to look for him, just like the first coming. You know, Herod, Satan of the first coming, couldn't find the man-child in the wilderness of the earth. Now in the second coming, Satan, the actual being, the angel in the heavens, can't find the man-child in the wilderness of the heavens. Why? No man in heaven or on earth or under the earth was found worthy. Because he's concealed in a man-child that no one can find him. But there'll come a time, this is like what we're getting on to, this is what we're waiting for. This is the next event, which is the inheritance event. But sometime, in fact, I believe Israel has to say, Baruch haba Hashem Adonai, blessed is he who comes in the name of the Lord. And then that brings forth, because the Bible goes on to say when Satan's thrown down to earth, he goes to war with the woman that brought forth the man-child. To the throne. So he's concealed, right today he's concealed, but I believe that Israel has to say, to fulfill the prophecy, Baruch, blessed is he who comes in the name of the Lord, and then the manger doors will be open, so to speak. Satan will try and stop it, Michael will stop him, and so on. That's the event we're waiting for, the man-child to be brought forward to God's throne. Now, getting back to this video, you have a star called Child coming down into the woman of Revelation 12, passing, today is at the head of Virgo, passing through mid-September and exiting mid-October. So we have the child coming through the virgin, the woman, passing through and birthing out in October. So this is just another sign of this season that we're in, like September, October, November even. I mean, I don't know when. I can't say it's going to take 3 months, but this whole thing is like a big watch period, and there's just so many signs and wonders that are happening and events and milestones that it's just so much. You know, not only that, to add to it anyway, I mean, it's not a big thing, but you also have 3 comets making a close approach in September. I've marked them in my calendar. One of them being Enki, because I just spotted Enki I was just looking on the planetary software and I was like, hey, that's Enki. Enki's back. Because the last time Enki was around, I believe there were 2 stars coming in, Enki and maybe it was Linear, I'm not sure. And I believe it was very early on. I think it was about 2014, maybe around the time of Comet Ison. Yeah, and so I was like, oh, Enki's back. And I looked, and guess what? Enki makes its close approach on, I believe it's something like September the 24th. But then there's another one, I think one called Hartley. And there's another one which has just got numbers. And guess what? I think the dates are like the 21st, the 24th, maybe the 26th, but there's like 3 comets making a close approach basically in the last 2 weeks of September as well. Now, I'm not saying these are going to make close approaches or anything like that, but comets anyway are, again, they're a sign. Look how many comets there were during this. You know, these are signs in the heavens. So, yeah, just keep watching out. And like I say, it's just another sign. But, you know, why would you call it a planet, asteroid, whatever you want to call it? Why would you call it child? Do you know what I mean? It's coming down through the woman. September, it's at the head of her now, it's coming down through the Virgin and will exit around mid-October. So I've been Pastor Prophet Justin Roberts from End of the Age Bible Prophecy. God bless you all from Conway Mountain. There's the horses. Amen.